Welcome to Animals Voice Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin McKenzie, and happy to be joined once again by Dr. Jason Coe. You're Associate Professor, Department of Population Medicine at the University of Guelph, correct?
Correct.
And you're here to talk to us today about before you get a pet, but really the I Adopt program we wanted to talk to you about. Jason, we want to talk now about, I guess it's a bit of a touchy subject, which is giving pets as a gift. And, I guess I should say up front, the Ontario SPCA has a similar policy to the ASPCA in the States, which is if someone has shown a sustained interest in owning a pet and they have the means to be responsible enough for a pet, that, we're okay with people giving a pet as a gift. Also, the tools that we have in shelter, like the Meet Your Match program that we were just talking about, and the training of our staff within the shelters. We're not just there pushing out animals with people. So there's never a reason not to adopt a pet in Ontario. But that being said, tell me your thoughts on giving a pet as a gift.
So I think it kind of comes back to what I was saying at the top of the show with, for some households, for some individuals, for some families, this is an ideal time of year because they've got a bit more time to transition a family or an animal into a household. And so I think if it's a planned gift where people have given consideration, there's been a conversation with the recipient so that they're interested, have thought about it, have planned around that, or maybe even just a family gift, that makes a lot of sense. I guess my concerns would start to come up where it's that impulse acquisition. So you're out and you see this cute individual or animal that you're like bringing into your house just as an impulse component of things. I think also those surprise gifts. So, somebody giving a gift to someone who wasn't maybe thinking or planning around that animal and the impacts that can have. And again, I think about my own family. I'm a veterinarian. I can see from people from the outside saying, hey, he's a veterinarian. They haven't currently got a pet. His son's asking for a cat and showing up on Christmas Day with a cat, which very frankly, would create disaster for our family, first and foremost because my wife's allergic to cats. So again, cats probably aren't going to be, the selection in terms of a pet moving forward. And those are conversations that we have with our kids. However, we are exploring the dog avenue and the thoughts that need to go into that. And so again, I think in terms of a gift, it's just making sure that people are informed, they've thought this through. It goes back to all the things we've talked about in terms of managing expectations from a lifestyle standpoint, a budget standpoint, those kind of things. So it's not just sort of this shell shock. And we know through some of the research that those gifts where there hasn't been that planning, those animals become at a high risk for relinquishment again.
Yeah, for sure.
I think this time of year, probably for some families, is an ideal time for adoption. Other families or households, given their lifestyle at the holiday season, it can introduce some unwanted challenges.